was a former king of Sweden, strangely enough. Give it up for the very funny Eddie Sage. Hey. I'm going to start off by telling you a true story. Pay attention. This happened about a year ago. I'm still living up north. I'll tell you about the day I had. So I woke up in the morning. I had a couple Folgers, because that's the best part of waking up. And I'm thinking Arby's, so I put on my Nikes and said, just do it. Jumped on my Harley, because I'm born to be wild. I start ripping down the highway. Past the Subway and a Burger King. I was like, should I eat fresh or have it my way? I said, fuck it. I kept going. I ended up at a Quiznos. It was freezing outside, but I went inside. It was toasty in there. And I'm waiting in line. The lady behind me muttered something. I said, did somebody say McDonald's? She said, no. I said, what did you say? She said, I hate my kids. I hate my life. I'm never going to be happy. I said, never say never. She said, never say never again. I said, diamonds are forever. She said, tomorrow never dies. I said, live and let die. She said, you only live twice. And I left. Went outside, there were a bunch of hobos drinking beer. They said, you want a beer, bro? I said, I'll take a brew, bro. They said, you want a Budweiser, buddy? I said, I want a Busch, bucko. It's cold as a mountain stream and smooth as its name. I said, yes, it is. Chugged 10 of them, got back on my Harley, kept whipping down the highway. Went a little buzzed. Spun out, popped my tire, but, like a good neighbor, State Farm was there. They were right there. They changed my tire, they gave me some money for gas, sent me down the highway. I was thinking, fuck it. I'm switching to Geico. I'll save 15% or more on my car insurance. What's going on, guys? My name is Seage. I'm an alcoholic, drug addict, egomaniac with an inferiority complex, low self-esteem, body image issues, and a narcissistic personality disorder. And I'm single. Ladies. I'm actually clean and sober now. I've been clean and sober for... Casey, how long have I been up here? 1 minute. I've been sober for like 4 minutes. And it's hard. It's hard. It's not easy. In reality, no, I've been sober for a year and a half. This June. Yeah. It does make me better than most of you. Most of you. The funny thing, the difference for me between being sober and not being sober is very minimal. Like, I'm still a huge asshole. I just don't have an excuse anymore. That's pretty much it. I'm just a dick for no reason. It was justifiable, and it's not anymore. But to get sober, I had to go to rehab. Again, right? And I don't know if any of you have ever been to rehab, but rehab is fantastic. If you get a chance to develop a chronic drug problem and check out rehab, because really, a little group therapy, you get some gourmet chefs, little massage. Smoking crack for 10 years will stiffen you up. Really, that'll work those knots out. Here's the best thing. Here's the best thing about going to rehab for a drug addict, is that the first week that you're in rehab, you get to do more drugs than you've ever done in your entire life. They're like, here's some phenobarbital, that's for your blood pressure. Here's some clonidine for your anxiety. This is Librium for the shakes. Here's some Suboxone, that's for the withdrawal. Here's some acid for... Well, no, I brought the acid with me. I brought that in with me. And what's nice is that the nurses in rehab are more reliable than any drug dealer I've ever met in my entire life. Seriously, if you don't go get your drugs, they will come find you and give you your drugs. Can you imagine if your drug dealer did that? That would be great. Like, Eddie, you didn't come by this morning, so I went ahead and brought you your heroin. Look, I'm going to need you to be more consistent. I'm just looking out for you. Okay? Just looking out for you. So I got sober now. But things are going pretty good, you know? had a girlfriend. We broke up, but I had a girlfriend. Someone tolerated me for a period of time there. But we had to break up. So this girl was always asking me when I wanted to get married. She said, when do you want to get married? Eddie, when are you going to marry me? When do you want to get... I still have Ninja Turtle bed sheets. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I really have the maturity level necessary to be in a marriage. Which is why I always wish that I was born gay. Right? Because up until recently, gay guys had the best excuse in the world not to get married. Like, Richard, I love you, and I would marry you tomorrow. But the damn government just will not let me. I can't change legislation, baby. That's why every time they legalize gay marriage in the state, there's a whole bunch of gay dudes going like, shit! Now what do I tell him? The greatest thing about being gay, though, is that gay dudes get to shop for their children. Isn't that fantastic? Imagine two gay dudes at an adoption agency like, Richard, what do you think about the little Indian boy with the rat tail? I think he would go perfect with the earth tones we set up in the den, don't you think? He's like, Tom, weren't we thinking dimples on our first son? Let's just keep let's try the Asian aisle. Or 2-for-1 Haitians. That's a good deal. That's a really good deal. Speaking of abandoned children, I have an awesome new idea for a reality show. It's called Orphan Idol. Alright? This is where we get 12 adorable adoption candidates and we have them compete against one another head to head for a wealthy father. Doesn't that sound like quality TV? I would watch that. Right? At the end of the week, the kid with the weakest skill set gets sent into foster care. You know, raise the stakes for the viewer. I think Donald Trump would be the perfect wealthy dad at the end of the week. He's like, Timmy, your basketball skills are weak. You're 13, you're still troll. I'm sorry, Timmy, but you're foster. Ship them on out. Thinking about going absolutely crazy. Anyone ever think about that? I think it just really, it lowers your expectations in life. Ben was talking about keeping the expectations low. And if you're absolutely insane, people don't expect that much out of you. So I'm thinking, I don't want to go crazy. I don't want to evolve into insanity. I just kind of want to choose psychosis and run with it for the rest of my life. Right? So these are the things I was thinking would be good. If I went around all the time, fully convinced that everyone I know owes me money, right? I'd see my grandmother, I'd be like, hey grandma, so good to see you. I brought in the mail, I left it on the dryer, I brought in a sandwich for grandpa, stuck it in the fridge. I really love you, and it was really good seeing you. Oh, and grandma, whenever you get that $50 you owe me, you need to let me know, alright? I need that shit. I'll see you later. I think this would sell it though. The second idea I have would really sell it. If I went around always fully convinced that I was driving a car, even when I wasn't, right? So I'd be at Publix shopping for groceries, see my friend Mike, I'd hit my brakes, roll my window down. Mike, it is so good to see you, man. This is so weird. Like, I'm driving, you're walking, and then I just see you. Like, that's crazy, man. Look, dude, I don't want to hold up traffic. I'm running a little low on gas here, but it was really good seeing you. Oh, and Mike, whenever you get that $50 you owe me, you need to let me know, alright? Because I need that shit. Dad keeps telling me things. My dad told me the other day that I need to be less apathetic. I don't really know what apathy means, but I also don't really give a shit either. It's whatever. My dad is always saying weird stuff though, like weird sayings and stuff. Like if I have a problem and I'm trying to solve it, my dad will say like, well, Ed, there's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than one way to skin a cat. That is a sick saying. Like where did that come? Like 50 years ago, people were just skinning cats left and right. Someone's like, you know there's another way to do that, right? Yeah, there's another way to skin a cat. You bring them over here. How many ways are there really? There's only one true way to skin a cat, and that is with a katana under the full moon. But everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. My dad was actually just down here last weekend, and he took me to church. Went to church, and I gotta say, it was boring. It was really boring. Even Jesus was up there napping, like... Too soon? Not too soon? And I'm listening to the sermon, listening to what the priest is saying. He said that Jesus performed all of these incredible miracles. He turned water into wine. He walked on water. He was really good with water, Jesus. He was like the David Blaine of Bethlehem, this guy. He was incredible. But I'm thinking because of who I am, the type of person I want to go back in time and just be that guy that was totally unimpressed with all of Jesus' shit, right? We're at the wedding. Jesus turns the water into wine. Kazam. I would grab a glass. Merlot. Really, Jesus? With fish? You thought that would be a good pairing. You know, I'm just going to have a glass of water. Oh, wait. Thanks to Jesus, all we have is this dry-ass Merlot. Thanks a lot, Jesus. Oh, and Jesus, whenever you get that $50 you owe me, you better let me know, all right? Daddy needs that shit. All right, thank you very much, guys.